é injusto, sabe? Porque, pô, sofre uma entrada de costas, tipo, desleal, sabe? Sem necessidade, final do jogo. E, pô, não foi a primeira. Foi a terceira ou a quarta. Só fui reclamar com ele, falar, porra, tá ficando louco, já tomei amarelo. E, enfim, sabe assim, né? Acho que acordou meio... como se diz? Acordou de Chico e veio assim pro jogo hoje.
This is former star footballer Neymar. I need everyone to understand what this dude just said. He was really, really pissed at this match referee, Savio Pereira Sampaio, who was the match official for Santos v Remo. Here are his comments translated to English for everybody. This card is unfair. I was on the receiving end of a dangerous, unnecessary tackle at the end of the match. It wasn't the first, but the third or fourth. I went to protest and received a yellow card. He would then say, that's Savio for you. He woke up like Chico and came onto the pitch in that state. He wants to be the star of the match. He's incredibly disrespectful to the players. He doesn't talk. He doesn't discuss anything. He's the kind of guy who dictates the game, who wants to control everything. He needs to learn to manage that. It's disrespectful. He would add, I think the referee was on her period, and that's why he officiated the match like that. Here is what went down during the match. During the closing stages of the match, Neymar would be fouled by Diego Hernandez, who was peeved that the ex-Barcelona star, ex-PSG star, faked a free kick and went through the ball. Neymar fell to the ground and charged at Hernandez. Both men would receive a yellow, meaning this was Neymar's, at least in his last 4 league games, 3 yellows. He is set to miss the next match, and thus he would lash out through the media with these comments. For more context, consider this. In Portuguese, estar de chico is an incredibly sexist slang term that implies that a woman is on her period. It comes from the word chicaro, which means pigsty, coming from an era where menstruation was viewed as dirty or unclean. Mariana Pereira of ESPN Brazil would write above the video the following message, first quoting the Brazilian winger, woke up horny and came to the game like this? How easy it is to replicate sexist and prejudiced expressions. For years, women have been shamed for menstruating, a simple biological process seen as something dirty, hormonal fluctuations, and physical pains invalidated. There are those who defend it. Goal.com would add, this remark seems to have rubbed many people the wrong way, and Neymar is facing heavy criticism on social media. Last month, Gustavo Marquez of Red Bull Bragantino of the Brazilian Serie A League, he was already handed a 12-match ban for sexist comments. Neymar, though, hasn't received one yet. Will he? We have to wait and see. He has daughters, by the way, for what it's worth. When I saw this, my initial thought was, wow, there is no way. And then you start reading report after report after report. And I am personally glad that there is going to be some form of accountability. Do I think that he will receive a 12-match ban? No, I don't. His talent is endless. He, to many in his native country, is legendary status. He is trying to get minutes for the Brazil national team. Personally, I think he will because of a few injuries here and there. And I'm also happy to say that he is getting hammered for this in Brazil. If it was Argentina, a little bit different. I'm kidding. But what I think about all this is pretty simple. It is gross. The fact that you have a man who is in his 30s saying some really troubling comments like this, targeting a referee. Like, there's a lot that goes into the player-ref dynamic, okay? And I think the best example was Dan Hurley and the referee after Mullins hit a ridiculous shot to oust Duke and go to UConn's third Final Four in 4 years. Watch what Hurley and that referee did. They have that camaraderie. And Dan Hurley has even been quoted as saying, he will give you a look so you know, like, you're stepping up to the line and he's going to tee you in a second if you keep going. That is the camaraderie that I want from coach to ref and ref to coach. And even to player. Look at how Dick Bavetta used to be an NBA referee. What this tells me is that Neymar does not have that relationship with match officials, linesmen, etc. What it tells me is he is so ego-driven that he would rather call out the referee instead of taking ownership for charging at this player. Now, the player put him on his behind. Not a good call, but both of them received a yellow. They could have been tossed. And here's the other part about this that I think so many athletes don't reckon with, is that if you are in the right, okay, and he wasn't, but let's say that you are in the right, what you don't do afterwards is dig your own ditch and throw your lifeless body into it by making disparaging comments like this. If you were to already have the public on your side, why would you do this? It is so unbelievably short-sighted. Yeah, I might have dummied the free kick and, he charged at me and I went down and then I charged at him and then I got in the referee's face and then I got in another referee's face and then I got in the linesman's face. But, he shouldn't have done that. I think people would be like, you were kind of in the wrong, but yeah, he shouldn't have done that. And then, by the way, that referee, wow, he's really on his period or something. He's acting like a woman. Come on, man. Wake up. Wake the you-know-what up. No one will be on your side with this. And I know that, like, dark woke is a thing, and, like, Kyle Kowinski, king of dark woke. But how I see this is, first off, Neymar being a supporter of Jair Bolsonaro, so incredibly revealing, because a Bolsonaro supporter would say some stupid stuff like this. But even if there were to be a dark woke and then the right-wing comedy woke, this is why it doesn't work. Because it just comes off as being deeply misogynistic. Saying that women, let's say this, let's even go down this route. A woman can't perform at a task like being a referee, officiating a child's game because they're on their period. I would love for Neymar to go do one of those that they set up at the fairs. You've seen these videos before, where they wear I don't even know what you call them. They put them like down here on a man to simulate pains when it's that time of the month. None of the dudes can survive. And yet women are officials. There's even a lawsuit right now in the NFL about it. Everybody should go, go read up on that. They are doctors. They are lawyers. They could do everything Neymar can do and more. So I find these comments to be really dumb. And I do hope that he receives a long ban. Will he? No. Because he's protected. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.